My mom used to walk me to school every day. Now, again, my mother is a black woman and I'm light skinned. When we get to the school and my mom kissed me goodbye, the kids started teasing me. And it was happening often. And the kids were saying, that is not your mommy. You're white and she's explicit and she's black. And now I'm from England, okay? And so coming to this country, I was still, young enough that I remember more of England than America at the time. And I didn't understand what that meant because I'd never paid attention to the fact that my mother was darker skinned than I was. She was just my mom. I didn't notice. So I felt uncomfortable and I felt embarrassed. I didn't know why they were saying that. And so here I am, third grade. I go home to my mom and I say to her, Mom, I don't want you to take me to school anymore. And she says to me, well, why? And I said, well, because I'm embarrassed because you're black and I'm white. And my mother wept and she cried and she told me I was ashamed of her. And how could you say something like that?
Apparently, white children who have been raised in a black home have different stories to tell, have different tales. I want you to watch these videos and give me your views. Give me what you think about this. I want your honest opinion on this video. If you like this channel, kindly give it a thumbs up and subscribe so that we can keep on posting videos every single day. Thank you. Watch.
Now, for the people who don't know, the woman who adopted you, the one that you claim as your mom, she was black. You grew up in a whole black family.
Yeah, my mother, the heroin addict, all her first kids was mixed with black. I was the only one that she had by a white man, I guess.
You said that you are black. You said that you pretty much were born into. It wasn't your choice. It's not like you're this white guy trying to be this culture vulture, trying to be black. This is what you were raised by.
Yeah, ever since birth. I didn't have parents that said, don't say the N-word. You should not say this. I mean, I had a good parent, but she wasn't saying that. That's all I know is black. I didn't grow up with nobody else, bro. I didn't start actually intermingling with white people until I got an adult, bro. Like, grown, like 22, 23 until I started working.
Being the only white person in a black family, do you get made fun of?
Sometimes.
Are you the joke in the house?
Sometimes. I mean, sometimes my sisters and them used to say, you acting just like Dottie. You gonna be just, and I didn't know who that was, but that was, I guess, my birth mother. So, yeah, they used to say shit like that sometimes.
Okay, Jonathan, I would love for you to tell me the story that you told me earlier today, because what you said, your response was so eloquently said, and, like, I have the world needs to hear this. Go ahead.
Okay, so one day...
Remember, you got 3 minutes, so...
Alright, so one day I was walking down the street with Davina, and then this man in his red truck, he literally said, yo, what you doing with that white boy? And I said, excuse me, sir. Technically, if I live in a black family, I'm black. And also, you cannot judge someone by their color, because that's the way they look, and they don't want to change it. Neither can you. So, do not judge anyone.
Do not judge anyone. So what's basically what you want the world to know?
Do not judge anyone by their color.
That's right.
Or be, well, you know the word, to other people. Racist.
That's right.
And if you do, there will be bad consequences for you in life. And then you will feel bad for the people that you were mean to.
Okay. Well said. Very proud of you, young man.
Thanks.
Hello. So as a white kid that grew up in black foster homes, I always heard this one sentence, and you've probably heard it too, but also in just society alone, that some people, just some, say that black people are too loud. And I just have one question. Just one. Would you hear them if they're a regular volume?
Just a reminder, y'all, genetics do whatever they want to do, okay? I don't know why my child has blonde hair and blue eyes. I don't know why my other two children don't have blonde hair and blue eyes. I don't know. I didn't study that much biology. I studied a little bit, okay? But what I do know is that these are all biologically my babies. I do know that I love them. I do know that I sound a little Southern right now. I don't know why. And I do know that I'm going to love and educate and teach my children to be the best people that they can be. And that is really all that matters. So if you have questions about, is that your baby? And especially if you start veering into that negative end, I really don't have time to entertain it anymore. These kids are getting wild and they're going, I don't know. I'm just concerned they're going to be a little feral. So I got to tame that back, okay? Don't be all asking me those kinds of questions. I don't have time for it anymore. What I do have time for is to remind you that families don't have to come the way that you expect. They just have to love each other. And some families don't even love each other, but that's a whole other thing. Okay? So.
My kids are white. And you know what's interesting about that? Yes, I do. If your kids grow up and take white partners, which they most likely will, when they grow up and have kids, their kids, which will be your grandkids, will be fully white. So you would have successfully, just in one generation, erased your entire culture. Also quite possible that your kids will be discriminated against and teased for having a black dad. And also everything that you worked so hard that these people try to prevent you from getting, or made it difficult for you to get any generational wealth that you would have helped to build, would have in return turned over everything back to the same set of people. Yeah, so I agree. That is